Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. This is WWE 2K26 Universe Mode episode 39, and we're in the last Raw before Saturday night's main event. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm Kyle, otherwise known as KO King. Welcome to KO Productions, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. Tonight we come to you live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're still building towards Money in the Bank Premium event, and this Saturday night, it's Saturday night's main event. Gonna be an awesome action on Raw, folks, as always. Let's not waste any further time and get straight into the action. Here we go, folks. Let's get to war. And tonight we're kicking things off with the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Liv Morgan, with a microphone in hand. She has got something to say. Here to kick us off live in Milwaukee on Raw. Let's see what the Women's IC Champ of the Judgment Day has to say. And Liv says, "Welcome to Monday Night Morgan, for I am the greatest Women's Intercontinental Champion of all time. I am the only one for a reason. And tonight wait a minute, that's Bayley, the Women's US Champion of SmackDown. She's here on Raw. What the hell's she doing here?" Then Bayley says, "Liv, hold on a minute. You're calling yourself the greatest Women's IC Champion, but you're the only one. Well, in that case, I'm the greatest Women's US Champion because I'm the only one, but I kind of like your title as well, and I see that you're not coming out here holding it. So how about I issue a challenge, champion versus champion, this Saturday night, at Saturday night's main event." And Liv says, "You know what? You're on, and I'll put my title on the line." Oh my! Well, what a bombshell announcement. We're getting Liv Morgan versus Bayley this weekend at Saturday night's main event for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. That is huge. A massive match announced for Saturday night's main event, ladies and gentlemen. But now let's get right into the action here on Raw. It's a men's Money in the Bank qualifying contest coming your way. And first, the inaugural NXT champion of last season, the Limitless Keith Lee, has arrived. It's gonna be a fun one in Milwaukee.
Weighing in at 340 pounds, Keith Lee!
This is, of course, a triple threat Money in the Bank qualifying matchup. Remember, with the rules of the men's and women's Money in the Bank qualifying matches here on Raw, especially with the men's, the winner, of course, going to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Whoever gets pinned or submitted to lose the triple threat qualifying will have an opportunity to potentially challenge Adam Cole at Money in the Bank for the Intercontinental Championship by advancing onto another triple threat in 2 weeks' time here on Raw. You win that, you face Cole for the IC title at Money in the Bank. But whoever loses but doesn't take the pin or submission in the triple threat qualifying matches will go on to a triple threat of their own right in 2 weeks' time to see who will face LA Knight for the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. Last week it was Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw who qualified in the main event by defeating Seth Rollins and pinned Kurt Angle. Angle will have a chance to get another opportunity at Adam Cole for the IC title potentially at Money in the Bank, whereas Seth Rollins has an opportunity in getting a shot at LA Knight one-on-one this time for the World Heavyweight Championship. And it was CM Punk over on SmackDown who earned his spot into the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So let's see who will join Finn Balor and CM Punk will be the third man to qualify into the Money in the Bank ladder match. We're going to set the field, man. It's going to be halfway filled after this one. Keith Lee is out here. Here comes another big boy.
Weighing in at 304 pounds,
Imperium's Rusev colliding with Keith Lee. Man, I'd love to see these two go out in a singles contest. But it's going to be a great triple threat matchup to kick off Raw tonight. Who will join Finn Balor and CM Punk, a part of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and who will go one step forward and get an opportunity potentially at the IC and World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. We find out next in your opening triple threat contest live on Raw. We're back live on the Red Brand as though you see the third and final man in this triple threat Money in the Bank qualifying contest tonight. And that's Sami Zayn, the underdog from the underground, former United States champion last season. Looking to potentially get a shot at the Intercontinental title or the World title. Sami has had an opportunity at the IC title this season before, losing out to Adam Cole at Backlash Premium Live Event, our first PLE of the season. Was a great effort on that night, but not good enough to walk out the new Intercontinental Champion. That's why he's in this matchup tonight, trying to qualify for Money in the Bank, but failing in that. Maybe getting an opportunity at the Intercontinental or the World Heavyweight Championship against the man he knows very well in the form of the World Champ, LA Knight. He's beat him twice, but Knight's also beaten Zayn twice. But here we go then, it's Keith Lee, it's Rusev, it's Sami Zayn. Men's Money in the Bank qualifier to get it started here on Raw. Referee definitely Sean ringing the bell. Match up, it's now underway. Rusev going straight for Sami, waistlock taking him around now. And Rusev gonna squeeze at the head of Sami Zayn. Look at that, but Keith Lee now, the big boys. They're going at it here on Raw. Back and forth here between Lee and Rusev. Rusev in the corner, Keith Lee. Oh God, Rusev's a big boy to be doing this to. Lee with a Bradley Bill across the ring and Sami with a shot in the back, and Keith Lee didn't even feel nothing, but Rusev able to take down both men on the clothesline. What a powerful impact on that line there. You've got to imagine the ring getting out Gunther, the leader of Imperium, watching on to see if Rusev can qualify for Money in the Bank or at least get an opportunity at the IC title or World title. I mean, regardless, you will be getting an opportunity to be a part of Money in the Bank. You just got to win another triple threat in 2 weeks' time if not successful tonight. Rusev now going after Sami Zayn. Oh, Bulldog counter there off that back suplex from Sami. Oh, big forearm by Lee. Now Rusev going after Lee. Forearm blocked by the inaugural NXT champion, leaving a clothesline. Now Sami Zayn clothesline on Keith Lee, but Lee still not going down. Another one trying to knock the big man off his feet, but Lee not budging here. Steel chair in hand by Rusev, and look at that from Keith Lee, just throwing Sami Zayn around like he's nothing. There's Lee now getting caught. Rusev steel chair and then a diving running headbutt on Zayn. Cover one, count kick out by Sami that time. Rusev in control here. The opening contest at Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor already a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match, and CM Punk as well. You can imagine both them superstars looking on closely to see who will join them in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match in Los Angeles, California in just 2 weeks' time. Rusev now with a sledgehammer on both Lee and Sami Zayn, but Keith Lee now with a shoulder tackle. Taking down Rusev, and look at Lee with a low persisted toe pick on Hilo on Zayn. Unbelievable here tonight. And it was Keith Lee with a sledgehammer trying to throw it at Rusev. Rusev the way able to duck it. Rusev off the ropes goes Lee. There's that spinning heel kick by that big man. And there's 2 big men in there right now. There's Keith Lee, there's Rusev, Sami Zayn. Once again, clearly the underdog as he is for most of his matchups, but he always seems to thrive under pressure to Sami Zayn. Look at Rusev, that spinning side slam there on Keith Lee. Sami messing wildly with that sledgehammer shot. Rusev now full Nelson. Sami gonna try a escape. Power out of it, he does. Smacking Rusev in the back of his head. And Sami running him with a drop kick and Lee. Picking Zayn up to a vertical base now. Big smack, no block. Sami Zayn now. Hurricane runner down goes Keith Lee. Sami with a toe base. That was Cena now. Connecting on Rusev. Beautifully executed now. It's Sami Zayn with a sledgehammer and back and Lee up into the corner hand with a sledgehammer time. And time again. Look at that. Oh. Lee has been rocked now. Sami Zayn in control of this opening triple threat contest. Rusev though can go second, but it's still Sami in control with a sledgehammer. But Rusev implicated into this matchup, and now he's getting absolutely pummeled with a sledgehammer courtesy of Sami Zayn. And Sami gonna launch it at Lee now. And in a cover, hooking the leg shoulders down to go to Money in the Bank. Referee in possession. Lee kicking out immediately. Here on Raw with a massive clothesline knocking Lee down. In the corner now, big elbow counter by Rusev. Back and forth, Zayn and Rusev go. Sami middle rope, DDT up the tornado style with his Keith Lee big shot. And Lee with a double arm spine buster, and Sami Zayn the cover, hook at the leg, shoulders down to go to Money in the Bank. This could do it here, the 2 count. Sami surviving as this matchup continues on Raw, folks. We're back live on a red brand with triple threat action. It's really picking up here on Monday Night Raw. Money in the Bank qualifying contest. But if you're pinned or submitted to lose the contest, you will join Kurt Angle and someone else. We'll find out next week in a triple threat matchup in 2 weeks' time to see who will face Adam Cole for the Intercontinental Championship. at Money in the Bank. And Rusev gonna look in the Accolade after the match. Gonna kick on Sami Zayn. Accolade sinks then take. Nowhere for Sami to go. Gonna look to Zayn. And Sami gonna able to pull out of the face. First goes Rusev on the canvas. And now it's Sami Zayn. Inverted DDT on Rusev. Keith Lee from behind. Inverted choke slam on Sami Zayn. And he nailed it. Face first goes Sami that time. Rusev now getting picked up to his feet. Keith Lee to put him away. Big bang catastrophe. The fireman jackhammer, the cover, the hook in the leg, the shoulders down. Lee got a Money in the Bank. 2 count on Rusev and a kick out at two. There's Sami with a drop kick. Whoever loses this contest and isn't pinned or submitted to lose, they'll have an opportunity to join Seth Rollins in a triple threat in 2 weeks' time alongside someone else to get a shot at alienate for the world title at Money in the Bank. Haluva kick by Sami. The cover on Lee. Sami to qualify for Money in the Bank. Keith Lee surviving. Oh, what a battle. We saw Keith Lee this past week on WWE Dark with a big victory over Chris Jericho in the main event for the Raw side of things. And the last time we saw him before that was a loss to the Fiend Bray Wyatt, who was targeting a big SOB, a former champion down in NXT last season. Let's see if Lee can bounce back after that defeat. Cover here. Rusev for the win here and a kick out by Lee. Sami getting back to a vertical base. German suplex. Bridget on a pin here. Shoulders down on Rusev. Sami taking on Money in the Bank. Rusev kicking out. What a battle tonight. My goodness. And a big shot in the back of the head now by Keith Lee. Lee picking up Sami. Oh God, look at the strength of the limitless one in the crowd tonight. And Milwaukee, Wisconsin are basking in the glory of the limitless Keith Lee. Lee now gonna hang Rusev out to dry there, foot first on the top rope that time. It was Keith Lee face first out of the corner, I believe, busting Rusev wide open that time. Rusev though with a kick, able to fight out of it, and now it's Rusev battling back. Gonna pick up Keith Lee. Look at the strength of the Bulgarian Brood of Imperium with a powerbomb on Lee. Sami candlestick in hand. Winning away on both superstars here. Look at Sami Zayn go. Lee's nowhere to be seen. The candlestick getting broken over the prone body of Rusev. Sami trying to pick him up here. No rig of the eyes. That time by Rusev. Inside cradle. Rusev to qualify for Money in the Bank. Shoulders down here on Sami Zayn to steal one. 2 gun up the small package and a kick out by Sami Zayn. Says the official daft for the shot. But there's Rusev. Getting all ready. Oh, match guard kick. Nailed it. Oh, and Keith Lee running in steel. Shooter Rusev. Rusev rolling the outside trying to catch a breather. Keith Lee with chair shots on Sami to cover the hook in the leg. The shoulders down. Keith Lee to got a Money in the Bank. 2 count to get the win here. No. Sami survives again. What a battle tonight. Who's going to Money in the Bank? Who's getting one step closer to challenging Adam Cole for the IC title? We've got to imagine he's looking on closely. Who's going to take on LA Knight perhaps for the world title Money in the Bank? Got to imagine he's looking on closely. Look at that. Spirit bomb by Leon Rusev. Shoulders down, pinning predicament. Lee to qualify. There's 2. He got him. Keith Lee is going to Money in the Bank. Rusev gets a potential shot at the IC title. Where Zayn gets a potential shot at the world title. Keith Lee with a major win tonight on Monday Night Raw to kick it off. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he's busted open, bloody, battered and broken his Lee. The Crimson Mask says it all, but he is your winner tonight, even though it doesn't really look like one. Congratulations going out to Keith Lee. He joins Finn Balor and CM Punk in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We're still to come tonight. The world champ LA Knight will be in action, but we don't know who his opponent will be. We'll find out later on. And your main event of the evening, live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the world champ night non-title action against a mystery opponent. And also still to come tonight, a women's Money in the Bank qualifier coming your way. Last year's Money in the Bank winner, Becky Lynch, battling AJ Lee and Charlotte Flair, a massive triple threat women's Money in the Bank qualifier still to come tonight. We're back live on Raw. There you see Rusev getting back to his feet around the ringside area. Ludwig Kaiser there as well. Imperium in full effect as the Ring General Gunther set for action here live on Monday Night Raw. Gunther coming off a huge victory against John Cena at Clash in Paris in Cena's first PLE matchup of this season and of his retirement tour. We know that John Cena will be calling it quits at WrestleMania. That will be his last event of the season. Excited to see how that will go. But right now, Gunther on the top of his game, man. Beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, beat John Cena at Clash in Paris, and potentially looking for a future World Championship opportunity being set for action tonight. Live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this one is gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a masterpiece because, ladies and gentlemen, it's Fate Nate, baby! Oh man, Amanda's had a lot of run-ins with Imperium as of late. The Celtic Warrior, Sheamus! Oh, Gunther and Sheamus one-on-one for the first time ever. It's going down right here, right now, on Monday Night Raw. This one gonna be us. It was a couple of weeks ago on WWE Dark where Sheamus picked up a well-earned victory against Ludwig Kaiser on the main event of that show. So now he's going one-on-one with a ring general tonight. I think it was 2 weeks ago here on Raw. It was tag team action. Sheamus teaming up with his former tag partner Cesaro to reunite the Bar for one night only. They lost out to Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Rusev in tag team action. Rusev pinned Cesaro in that one. So Gunther bringing Ludwig Kaiser out to ringside tonight, allowing Rusev to heal after his loss in the opening contest tonight. And this one gonna be fun, man. He's having Kaiser out at ringside to watch how you doing against the Celtic Warrior. Here we go again, straight off to the right side. Referee Danilo officially the official. And look at these two slugging out the Hulky fight inside the squared circle. Now you see Rusev nowhere to be seen at ringside. He's backstage nursing his wounds after his loss in the opening contest. He will join Kurt Angle in a triple threat in 2 weeks' time alongside who gets pinned in triple threat qualifier match next week on Raw. To see who will challenge Adam Cole for the Intercontinental title at Money in the Bank. But Sheamus and Gunther right now back and forth. Ludwig Kaiser at ringside. Scout how you put away Sheamus. Gunther saying this is how it's done. Watch closely. It's Sheamus and Gunther slugging it out here. Knife edge shot, big shot by Sheamus. They go blow for blow, shot for shot, trading heavy little offense. Here in Milwaukee, look at this. Once again, slugging it out with a hockey fight. Live on the red brand. This is awesome, man. And there's Gunther knife edge shot getting the best of that exchange. Gunther now in control. Undefeated this season thus far is Gunther 2-0. A win over Cesaro, a win over John Cena at Clash in Paris. This is his third match of the season, and look at this. Gunther, kendo stick in hand that Ludwig Kaiser brought from the outside of the ring. And now Gunther's got it in hand. Wait a minute, Kaiser distracted the official of Gunther. It's able to hit Sheamus with it repeatedly, time and time again. Oh, come on, Ludwig, and look at Gunther now with a big ass splash. We're in the midsection of Sheamus. Out of the cover now. Shoulders down on the Celtic Warrior. Just like that, is Gunther going to win it here too? Getting a kick out by Sheamus. Celtic Warrior surviving for now, man. Sheamus has not been doing too well last season. He's got to win this season, yes. But we've got to win a lot more than matches on WWE Dark. If you want to get championship opportunities at the IC and World Championship, you got to win big time matches. This would be a big time win for Sheamus against the ring general as he went Irish there. Went for the drop kick. Sheamus able to avoid the big shots by the Celtic Warrior. And look at Sheamus, the strength here on Gunther. Alabama slam. Connecting on the ring general that time. Look at Sheamus, deadlift power bomb by the Celtic Warrior on Gunther. Unbelievable offense that time. Sheamus firmly in control here on Monday Night Raw. How about it this Saturday night? Saturday night's main event, Liv Morgan going to be challenging Bayley, the Women's US Champion over on SmackDown. It's Liv and Bayley for Liv's Intercontinental Championship. If Bayley wins it, she takes the Women's IC title over a SmackDown. Kick out there off the knee from under rope by Sheamus. We also know the United States Championship going to be on the line. Of SmackDown, AJ Styles, the champ, defends against the former champion in a WrestleMania rematch. The Viper, Randy Orton. Cannot wait for that one. But there's Gunther that time. Big side slam on Sheamus and a stomp. Hard stomp right in the knee and now breaking away at the nose. Saturday night's main event coming your way. Of course, this Saturday night, more matches to be announced throughout the week, folks, is Gunther almost decapitating the Celtic Warrior with that clothesline. The cover, the hook of the leg, shoulders down, Gunther for victory here, and Sheamus able to power out. Notice that Sheamus ain't got anyone in his corner. Gunther's got Ludwig Kaiser, no Rusev, because he's obviously licking his wounds after his loss in the opening contest tonight. That's the first pinfall that Pete Rusev has suffered thus far since his debut on this season. Sheamus nice. Fall away, slam that time on Gunther. But no one for Sheamus. No Cesaro, no John Cena like the tag match a couple of weeks ago. He's drawn his zone. Let's see how he fares against Gunther. He's doing well thus far. Nice knee strike. Bicycle style on the cover. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down on Gunther. Slowly to that time and a kick out. But they didn't get it out. Almost had it, but there's Sheamus now. Picking up Gunther to his feet. Gonna send him out against the ropes here. What Sheamus got in mind of the hot shot. That 10, a gun stun. Broke first off the top rope when they didn't get it out. Hitting hard that time. Then Gunther and have sent him right back out now into the apron. Sheamus now gonna bring him right back in the hard way. Sheamus having his way with a man that tapped out John Cena. That Clash in Paris, not many competitors have done that, but Gunther certainly didn't. Look at Sheamus go here with a 10, beats it up boundary on the ring, get it all here on the apron. Look at Sheamus go, my goodness, and Gunther falling a heap to the outside of the ring. Sheamus firmly in control here on the red brand. Sheamus now with a fly with a big thing off the apron, and Sheamus might have a hand in winning this against Gunther tonight. Here goes Sheamus sending the ring general back into the squared circle here. And Sheamus put Gunther away. This could be a huge upset victory in this banger of a battle tonight. Sheamus picking him up. Look at the strength here. High cross by the Celtic Warrior. Out of the cover. Look at the leg. Shoulders down for victory. Scoring 2. And a kick out by Gunther. Oh man. Almost had it there. But not enough. Sheamus now stomping away on Gunther. Big shot. No, Gunther! Oh my goodness. Now wrecking ball drop kick by the ring general. And a knife edge shot connecting that time. Knife edge by Gunther. Gonna turn him around to Gunther. Oh no, right on a rear naked choke. This is how he tapped out John Cena at Clash in Paris. The rear naked choke. Since then, taking over for Sheamus to go here. Center of the ring. It's cinched in tight, cinched in deep here. Referee Danilo with Biblio Rick there to see if Sheamus will tap out or pass out due to the pain against Gunther. Will be 3-0 in this season. Clearly stating his claim for a future world title opportunity, which he very well deserves at this rate. After being great this series thus far, but Sheamus able to escape out of the clutches of Gunther. Big right hand by the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus now another big body shot that time. Here comes Sheamus. Axe handle shot. Another axe handle shot. Sheamus now hitting a flurry of offense here. Had a second gear. Slamming the big Australian down to the canvas. And Sheamus got the moment here. He's got momentum in his side. Sends Gunther on into the corner that time with the Irish whip, now setting him up here. Oh, we've seen this before from Sheamus. Middle rope, Gunther in precarious position. Avalanche, wait, noise by Sheamus. He nailed it. Kaiser stressing on the outside of the ring. Sheamus beating Kaiser a number of weeks back on Dark. He could beat Gunther here on Raw. Off the ropes. Raw kick by Sheamus. Cover for a huge victory. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down. 2 down. Kick out by Gunther. Oh man, so close. Yet so far away for victory for Sheamus, but Sheamus now going to try and lock in another submission hold. Another submission. Irish cleverly. Referee right there. Danilo Biblio checking if Gunther will tap out or pass out due to the pain. If he does, Sheamus will pick up an unbelievable upset win here on Raw. Look at the Celtic Warrior here. Wrenching away on Gunther. What a battle this is. Oh, but Gunther fighting out of the offense that time. Holy smokes. A massive knee right upside the top of the head of Sheamus. Gunther heading up to the top rope. Sheamus, precarious possession, now getting to his feet. A massive drop kick by the big Austrian. And a leg drop now by Gunther. Not often do we see him climb up to the high rank district, let alone deliver a drop kick off the top. And now Gunther back to the top, and this is a move we're used to see from Gunther. Big body splash off the top, the cover. The 2 count on Sheamus, and a kick out again. Oh, this is absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Living up to all the hype and all the expectations that these two were set out when the matchup was announced this would be taking place tonight. Sheamus, Jackknife Penn here to get the victory. Shoulders down to steal the win. And Gunther able to power around of it. Sheamus almost had him in a big stomp. Right upside that leg. Gunther able to throw him away that time. And now it's Gunther picking up the Celtic Warrior with a devastating powerbomb. Putting it down with him, and right in the rear naked choke. Set him out, that's gotta be it. Sheamus the tapper, passed out through the pin. Referee didn't know the filler right now. The CB doesn't have P. Well, Gunther's going 3-0 already. Well, Sheamus tapping out, another dominant display of offense, but they didn't get it out tonight.
Here is your winner,
Gunther showing Ludwig Kaiser how it's done. That's how you get a victory over the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus. Gunther 3-0 this season, and his quest to potentially becoming your next World Heavyweight Champion continues. Congratulations goes out to the ring, get it out, Gunther here tonight. But coming up next, Women's Triple Threat Money in the Bank qualifying contest coming your way. Last year's Women's Money in the Bank winner Becky Lynch battles AJ Lee and a former 4-10 WWE Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. It's next on the red brand. This is going to be fun, man. Here tonight, remember the rules of this one as well. Whoever doesn't get pinned or submitted gets an opportunity to get a chance at Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title at Money in the Bank.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making her way to the ring from Union City, New Jersey, AJ Lee.
Here comes a woman that recently debuted in the company, losing out to Liv Morgan at Backlash for an opportunity to become the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. AJ looking for an opportunity to qualify for Money in the Bank or get a shot at Rhea Ripley at Money in the Bank for the Women's World Championship. Whoever isn't pinned or submitted in this contest will move on to a triple threat in 2 weeks' time to join the Empress tomorrow, Asuka, and another woman to find out next week on Monday Night Raw. For the winner will go on to Money in the Bank to compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which last year was won by this woman, the man, Big Time Bex herself, Becky Lynch, and she's here in Milwaukee. The man has come around tonight.
From Dublin, Ireland, the man, Becky Lynch.
Here we go then, folks. Huge triple threat Money in the Bank qualifying contest. Who's going to join Io Sky and Chelsea Green in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match? Who's already qualified? We find out next live on Monday Night Raw. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're back live on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, as though you see the former 4-time WWE Women's Champion. Whoa! It's Charlotte Flair. Apologies for the voice crack, folks. Charlotte Flair, though, who's here on Raw. This is a stacked Women's Triple Threat qualifying match. You can easily see all three of these women in the ladder match, but only one is gonna get the shot. Remember, who isn't pinned or submitted will join Asuka in a triple threat matchup next week, and whoever isn't pinned or submitted in the matchup next week. The triple threat contenders match to face Rhea Ripley at Money in the Bank taking place in 2 weeks' time here on the red brand. So that's gonna be fun, man. It's AJ Lee. It's the man, Becky Lynch, last year's winner. Can she make it 2 in a row? She's going to have to qualify for it first. And of course, the former 4-time WWE Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. Regal Bell has been rung. Matchup is underway. The official Lydia Ringo has signed the duties for this one tonight. AJ Lee locked on Charlotte Flair. Look at AJ leeching on a Charlotte. Went straight for her, my God, she is crazy, I'll tell you. Becky drop kick on Flair. AJ, Benny predicament here on Becky, and it's Charlotte making a save before Eddie can even get his hand on the canvas to begin the count shot block by Flair, and a big boot by Becky Lynch. And there's Becky now. Oh God, big shot into the back now. Oh wait a minute, Charlotte Flair after the leg of Becky that time, and now it's AJ. Back in Charlotte up against that corner, against the rope driver. Big elbow fighting out of it is Flair. Now Charlotte Flair going to send AJ out to the apron. Becky with a German release suplex on a Charlotte. AJ wanting a piece of Charlotte, and a drop kick able to take her up the outside. Shotgun still. Becky, however, off the apron. Double axe handle taking away AJ Lee at ringside. Now going after Charlotte Flair and center into the barricade now. Yeah, but Becky got AJ against the barricade. Both women able to fight out of the onslaught this time, but now it's Becky on the outside of the ring. Pedigree on the floor on AJ Lee. Oh, shades of her hot husband, Seth freaking Rollins, who will compete in Triple Threat action 2 weeks' time on Raw to see if he can get an opportunity at challenging LA Knight for the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. That matchup also going to include Sami Zayn and whoever isn't pinned or submitted in the Triple Threat Money in the Bank qualifier, the final Raw one taking place next week. There's Charlotte steel chair over the head of Becky in the outside, coming back in a fight with AJ. AJ though going to send her into the corner now. What's AJ Lee got a 9-tail Bagney in the corner. And a Lee with a bulldog. Shades of her husband, CM Punk, who qualified on SmackDown last week for the Money in the Bank ladder match on the men's side by beating Randy Orton and Samoa Joe in a hell of a main event last week on SmackDown. Can AJ join her man competing at Money in the Bank and the ladder match? Becky with that shoe shot on Charlotte, the cover, hook of the leg, shoulders down, 2 count, kick out as AJ trying to break it up. Charlotte kicking her anyway. AJ though grabbing Becky, got her against the ropes. What's AJ Lee got a 90 here? AJ Lee, big knee fist chop. We saw Becky Lynch do a pedigree, shades of Seth Rollins. We saw AJ Lee do a knee and a bulldog, shades of CM Punk. What will Charlotte Flair do here? No longer dating Andrade, so don't know what they're thinking here, but there's Becky Lynch going back out, getting more offense, more weapons, steel chair in hand, and right in the midsection of Charlotte Flair with a chair that time. It's the man Becky Lynch. A little midsection of a pro and Charlotte, but there's a spinning heel kick, an indie kick, and a smack to the face. Big bitch slap by AJ Lee. And look at this. Ground and pound offense now on Charlotte Flair. Becky retreats to the outside. The cover on Charlotte, the hook of the leg. Shoulders down, hook out, and a kick out by Flair. It's kicked by Becky Lynch that time. Becky all went for the chair shot on AJ. AJ able to counter it. AJ Lee picking up Lynch, looking for a powerbomb. It nailed him in a Charlotte. Steel chair shot. And against the midsection and a cover. Charlotte for victory here to qualify kick out by last year's Money in the Bank winner. Becky winning Money in the Bank last season, ladies and gentlemen. She cashed it in at SummerSlam after announcing her cash in ahead of time, defeating the boss Sasha Banks and becoming the second ever Women's World Champion at the biggest party in the summer last season. AJ up the ropes and a drop kick on Becky Lynch that time. Can she become a 2-time Women's Champion? Doing it the same way she did it the first time, and that is winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. A Charlotte knee fist chop after knee fist chop. Becky enjoyed a 167-day reign as Women's World Champion last season before she lost it at the King of the Ring event in Miami, Florida, to Alexa Bliss on April 27th of last year. There's Charlotte. Handspring clothesline out of the corner. AJ trying to steal the pin that time, and Charlotte Flair. Just stomp on AJ to make the save. That's Charlotte and face first on Lee that time. Charlotte out of the cover on Becky Lynch. 2 count here and a kick out by Becky. There's the referee Eddie Orango holding up only a 1 count there, but it looked more like 2 than a 1 to me. Nonetheless, Charlotte, AJ back and forth. Wait a minute, AJ shining was on. On a Charlotte, but wait a minute, Becky. This arm on AJ Lee. Gonna break her arm here. Will AJ tap her and pass out to the pin? No, quickly gonna escape out of it. My goodness. And AJ with a drop kick down. Goes the man, Becky Lynch. Gonna pick up Charlotte out of the Black Widow. Black Widow submission. Go Flair tap out. Or pass out through the pin. AJ Lee to qualify for Money in the Bank, and Charlotte quickly gonna escape this time. First it's Becky, or first it's AJ quickly escaping from this armor. Now it is the other way around. Look at AJ. Black Widow again on Charlotte, and Becky coming back in to make the save. Big forearm. Get Becky Lynch here. Oh, that drop AJ Lee. Oh my goodness, right back to her feet. off the crucifix face buster. AJ Lee is so impressive tonight. That spinning heel kick that time. On a Becky Lynch, AJ grabbing Charlotte, spinning sober in the midsection, slice, spread, standing style, penny predicament Lee. They're going to put in the mat, 2 count, no! Gotta imagine both Io Sky, who qualified last week on Raw, and Chelsea Green, who qualified last week on SmackDown, looking on closely to see who will join them. A part of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match in Los Angeles. Becky shoulder tackle on the outside, Kendall sticking hand wailing away on AJ Lee on the floor this time. There's a shot on Charlotte Flair. My goodness, what action. And launching it right at her. And Becky went for that shoulder tackle again, but Lee was sidestep it. Charlotte Flair a number of weeks back lost out to Bianca Belair in a #1 contendership affair for the Women's World Championship. It was Belair last week who had the opportunity against Rhea Ripley in losing effort to the Women's World Champion, the Eradicator. It's AJ Lee, big shot there, and elbow shining living on the floor on Charlotte Flair. Charlotte getting absolutely rocked, courtesy of AJ Lee tonight. This Becky Lynch with an elbow drop on the floor. Becky Lynch, AJ back and forth, knife edge, chop time and 10 again. Look at this on the outside. Black Widow on Becky Lynch this time. And Becky's tapping out on the floor, but it ain't gonna matter. You gotta win the contest on the inside of the ring. Won it by pinfall or submission in the ring to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match on the women's side. AJ, Charlotte back and forth on the floor, and it's Charlotte going back in. Lee's gonna follow in pursuit now. Charlotte knife edge chop got on the corner. A big kick now out of it by AJ Lee. And Lee is the incredible performer in this matchup, including the MVP of this contest. But look at this. Tornado DDT. Becky Mick back up to her feet. AJ now. Black Widow again on the inside of the ring. Becky already tapped on the floor, but quickly escaping out of it this time. My goodness, dropping her face first. Oh goodness, on the drop down hold, now the manhandle, no slam back cover, hook of the leg, shoulders down, back in a qualified, hook down, AJ kicks out. Oh man. And now it's Charlotte. A drop kick onto AJ Lee. On a Becky rather, and a Charlotte with a big back elbow, almost like an Andrade maneuver. We mentioned that earlier. Now it's AJ, neck breaker on Charlotte Flair. What a tremendous triple threat women's Money in the Bank qualifying contest in your penultimate matchup tonight, live on Monday Night Raw. AJ Lee sledgehammer in, Becky Lynch saying hell no to that one. And now it's Becky Lynch, school goal, into a big time, powerbomb on Lee, nailed that. Charlotte with a drop kick though on Becky Lynch. And Flair gonna pick up Becky. Charlotte Flair spin! A spear on the man. Gonna former 4-time Women's Champion get back on track after a loss to Bianca Belair a couple of weeks back and qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Got the figure 4 instead of no transitions into the figure 8, but there's AJ Lee back into the nick of 10 to make the save. So many submission offense. But look at this. AJ, penny predicament, crucifix, referee now in possession here. Charlotte's done. 2 count. No, kick out. So blows. Oh, goodness. And then it's AJ picking Becky up. Lee now, shoulder breaker. Charlotte Flair, nice shot. No, waist lock, elbows by AJ Lee. AJ now grabbing Charlotte. Big elbows by Flair under the midsection of AJ Lee. And now it's Charlotte Flair, right best chopping out Flair. Natural selection. Charlotte, they got the Money in the Bank. They're coming on Lee. The hook in the leg. The shoulders down. The 2 count. The 3. No! AJ again survives. What the hell is that going to take? As Charlotte needs a massive leg drop from the man Becky Lynch. Becky now gonna pick up AJ Lee. Big right hand turns around. Becky second time on Lee. Manhandle slam to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match that she won last year. The cover leg hook, shoulders down, 2 go. She got her. Becky Lynch pinning AJ, meaning Charlotte has an opportunity to potentially face Rhea Money in the Bank. Good Becky Lynch, make it 2 in a row. 2 weeks time at Money in the Bank. Becky's qualified, joining Io Sky and Chelsea Green. The field is halfway set, folks. Let's take a look at what's going down this Saturday night, folks. It's Saturday night's main event. The Viper Randy Orton finally gonna cash in his rematch on AJ Styles for the United States Championship in a WrestleMania rematch. This Saturday night, and kicking off the show, we found out Liv Morgan gonna defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship against the Women's United States Champion of SmackDown, Bayley. A huge state championship affair this Saturday night. Coming up next week, though, folks, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and a mystery woman to be determined on this week's episode of WWE Dark will compete in the final Raw Women's Money in the Bank qualifying contest. Gonna be an awesome one, as well as this one, the Intercontinental Champion of the men's division, Adam Cole, in action with the Undisputed Era by his side. Non-title action taking on former IC champion, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne of Newcastle Republic, with Tyler Bate and his corner. And finally, in the main event next week on Raw, the final men's Money in the Bank qualifying contest, John Cena, former world champion Bobby Roode, and the prize fighter Kevin Owens returning from an injury on the second episode of Raw this past season. That's all coming your way next week on the Red Brand. But coming up next, folks, it is now time for your main event of the evening. The World Heavyweight Champion, the megastar LA Knight, in action. But who's going to be his opponent? We find out next on Raw in your main event night versus who knows. Here we go. It's your main event live in Milwaukee. What a night it's been. What a way to end it. Here comes the World Heavyweight Champion, set for this non-title matchup. But how can Nick prepare not knowing who he's facing? How will he cope? We'll find out next.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion.
There you see the World Heavyweight Champion as the crowd chanting, yeah. LA Knight already has 2 defenses of the gold, defeating Bobby Roode and Seth Rollins at Backlash in a triple threat, and defeating Finn Balor at Clash in Paris to hang on to the championship. But today he's in a non-title matchup, but he has no idea who his opponent is gonna be. Who will it be? We find out right here, right now. The anticipation is on Canada night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the crowd goes miles. You gotta be kidding me. This is the guy we've been building up all night? Oh, for God. Oh, Jesus. It's the Maverick, Logan Paul, set for his second match of this season on Raw.
From Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 220 pounds, Logan Paul.
Well, in just his second main roster match, Logan Paul is going to be main event in an episode of Monday Night Raw against our World Heavyweight Champion, LA Knight. It was a number of weeks back now where Logan Paul was able to defeat Andrade in his debut here on Raw. But now he is getting thrown into the deep end, going one-on-one with a world champion tonight. I mean, I bet you LA Knight wouldn't have thought he would be taking on this piece of shit. But nonetheless, this is what we're getting. This is your main event tonight. Non-title action, and whether you love him or hate him, this is a great opportunity for Logan Paul in there with a World Heavyweight Champion, if he is to defeat him. I gotta imagine Paul gotta be in line for a championship opportunity if that's the case. Nonetheless, here we go then. Your main event, LA Knight, Logan Paul, non-title action here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is clear who the crowd want to win this one. As the referee rings the bell, your main event underway. Rod's apparently official here in this one. And here we go, man. They're going to get right off to the races now. LA Knight, Logan Paul, and the main event of the evening. Colorable tie-up here. Who's going to get the upper hand? As both men lock up. Both men really putting all their effort into it. As it's Logan Paul getting the upper hand that time. Logan now with a side headlock. Knight able to get out of it, stepping through into a elevated high wrist lock now. The top wrist lock on Logan Paul. All hurting. Can Logan Paul really do things with the world champion tonight? Can he hang in there with the top guy on Monday Night Raw? Logan Paul getting out of that one as early. Nate now with a hammer lock on Logan this time, and it's Nate now turns him round. Grounded him, and now a grounded. Weird chin lock now on Logan. LA now. Grounded Paul, he's got that cinched in. The crowd firmly behind the World Heavyweight Champion tonight in this non-title Monday Night Raw main event tonight. Logan Paul. Once again, hammer lock on LA. Knight able to turn it around. Famous Cowie takeover and got the arm wringer now applied on the Maverick that time. LA Knight in control. And now it's the Megastar wrenching away on the arm of Paul. Paul in trouble this time. LA Knight. Look at it, just wrench away on Logan. And now it's Logan Paul able to escape, and there's the body shots. The vicious body shots by the Maverick. Logan Paul back in on a tie-up. Who's going to get the O'Brien? It's going to be the World Champion Knight with a kick. No, big clothesline blocked by Logan, and a clothesline of his own. Logan Paul seemingly doing his homework tonight, but listen to Milwaukee. They can't stand this guy. I don't blame them. DDT by Logan Paul. And Logan running out with a springboard middle rope moonsault. That was impressive. Cover, 2 getting a kick out. Says the official words of Pana. That's saying that it's for your main event tonight. Logan off the ropes. Massive splash on the World Champion Knight that time. LA Knight down in that. Logan Paul in control. Against the World Heavyweight Champion. Going to turn it around. Incredible tornado 3DT from the middle rope. The moonsault out of it, the cover. Shoulders down on the World Champion here. 1 kick and a kick out. Says Rod's up out of LA Knight. Not having none of that tonight. Logan Paul standing moonsault. Taking a lot out of the midsection of LA Knight, but Knight with the knees up, taking a lot of the midsection of Logan Paul that time, and now it's LA Knight with a running neck breaker with the World Heavyweight Champion. Uh-oh, Logan doesn't want to be there. Knight able to turn him round now. They needed a tempo and a clothesline. Right to the chest of Logan. Middle rope now, it's LA Knight. Listen to this place go. Radio Rental for the World Heavyweight Champion. Blockbuster off the middle rope by Knight on the cover. Hooking the leg, shoulders down, I put Logan Paul away. And your main event tonight, a kick out. At 2 by Logan Paul. Likes Logan out of that corner, LA Knight. Got him exactly where he wants him perhaps. And big boot as Logan trying to fight out of it. LA back overhand shot that time. Now look at his jabs now. But the World Heavyweight Champion. Logan Paul doesn't want to be there. These jabs by Knight. Really messing with the psyche of Logan Paul now. And it's LA Knight. Shot on clothesline out of the corner. By the World Champion. Yeah, listen to this place in Milwaukee. Going unglued for the World Champ who missed that knee. Up to the top of the head, Logan Paul. Oh, with a big boot in the face. Logan Paul getting some separation that time running in. Big double axe handle to a grounded LA Knight. And it's Logan Paul with a ring to himself here. I mean, even if he beats the world champion by counter potentially, that could set up Logan for a potential world title opportunity as Logan went over the top. But he overshoots it. Couldn't take out LA Knight, and Knight gonna potentially make Paul pay for that. Overshooting that dive to the outside, and now it's LA Knight in control. Big back suplex against the barricade that time by LA Knight. Knight went for the clothesline again. Logan Paul able to counter for the second time. Paul now on the floor as the referee continues his count now at a count of 6. Paul with a suplex on the floor. There's a second one by the Maverick. And now what's Logan Paul thinking? Looking for a third and try. Big Daddy nailed it. Kept up now in the count of 7. Paul to win this one via count out, man. Is Logan Paul going to do this here? Count of 8. But Logan, wait a minute, he's going to fly with a box shot lightly to the outside of the ring. Oh man, incredible action courtesy of Logan Paul tonight. Love him or hate him, you can't deny the man is talented. And that's sport of professional wrestling. LA Knight back in the ring. Logan Paul done one on the outside. They'll do one on the inside, and Logan nails it. Logan Paul out of the cover. Buckshot lariat. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down. 2 count and a kick out by the World Heavyweight Champion Knight. It's Logan Paul now. Middle rope. Looking to fly. Looking for a moonsault. No, LA Knight moving out of harm's way that time. And now it's the Megastar. Big overhand shot. Waist lock, Knight, growled down, Knight into a pinning predicament now, stacking him up, cover here, shoulders down on Logan for the win here in your main event and a kick out by Paul. World champion wanting to put away Logan Paul here in your main event. Logan rolling out the outside trying to catch a breather. LA Knight, the world champion, not going to let him get a breather. Top rope now goes the mega star in Milwaukee, but it was LA Knight missing the shot on the outside. Both men not calculating their offense very well. Now it's Logan Paul back in control of the floor here against LA Knight. Logan Paul going to send him into the barricade that time. Now what's Paul thinking here? Logan Paul going to drive him head me first into the barricade. Logan Paul now on the apron. Referee wants a pad at the count of 5. Both men better be careful here. Logan Paul though. Springboard aside. Moonsault on the outside of a standing world champion. LA Knight. Logan goes back in. Goes back out to break the count. He ain't done with LA on the outside just yet. But it's LA Knight with a big jab. And now gonna send him back into the ring now. LA into the top rope. Logan Paul hurting on the inside of the ring. LA Knight trying to get this crowd of Milwaukee on his side as if they weren't already on his side. But Logan swinging a miss. Another swing and a miss. Big throw on by the World Heavyweight Champion. Back up to the top rope. Now goes LA Knight. Well, he might have took a bit too much time, but he caught Paul that time and a drop kick off the top by LA. And now it's LA Knight in control. Logan Paul on Dream Street here. Another knee, another lariat by the megastar. Both men are down crucial point of this main event clash tonight on the red brands. Who's going to get the upper hand? It's going to be Knight able to get to his feet here. LA now trying to get the control on Logan Paul. Picks him up, looking for the gravy train. Nailed it! Gravy train, air raid crash, Knight, middle rope, look at this, the leap up to the top and the elbow drop. Cover, hook in the leg, shoulders down, Knight for victory here, kick out by the Maverick. On title main event, a huge opportunity for Logan Paul tonight to try and conquer the world champion LA Knight. He dropped him with that knee, but there's Logan Paul coming back and Paul with a clothesline. Paul very much admiring his handiwork tonight. And now it's Logan. Clothesline sending LA to the outside of the ring and now taking apart the turnbuckle pad. The referee runs a pad, I gotta fix that. And look at this. Logan Paul topping over the top. The suicide dive by Logan Paul. Man, that was incredible. Now Paul gonna send them out of the ring. Logan gonna win this one. Top rope now. Goes the Maverick. He's doing well against the world champion. Can he beat him though? Went for a blockbuster. Nick caught him into a slam. Nick caught him. Big power slam. Pick up. Jab. Block. Pull. Shot. Oh. The Pulverizer. That's how he won his debut this season against Andrade in the cover. With the world champ 2 going on 9. A kick out at 2. So close. Yet no cigar that time for Logan Paul. In this main event here tonight against LA Knight. Big splash moving out the way as the official now turning to that turnbuckle pad that Logan Paul exposed earlier on. Knight right now cover. He's going to leg shoulders down, but the ref too busy. 1 would have been 2. There's 3. Would have won it. 4, 5, 6, 7 and a kick out. He would have beaten him twice if it wasn't for the referee fixing the turnbuckle pad. Oh, the tactics of Logan Paul seem to work that time with a one lucky punch by Paul. The right hand with a titanium loaded hand of Paul. Cover turn. Kick out by the world champ. I thought Paul had it won. Off that titanium loaded right hand. But the double knees from LA Knight getting back to his feet and then Knight jabbing him. And it was the megastar sending Logan Paul in the corner. With authority here in this main event tonight. LA Knight, we've seen this before many a times, and each time he does it, it's even more pretty. Oh, Logan able to stop him, but there's LA Knight this time. The vertical leap, the superplex. And what has become an incredible main event tonight. Here in the red brand, live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the world champion looking to put this one away. Listen to this place. LA Knight, elbow, drop, cover. Hook in the leg, shoulders down to the Maverick. 2 count, not a kick out by Paul. What a battle. LA can't put Paul away. Big kick upside the top of the head. Logan Paul coming back in a running neck breaker by the Maverick that time. Now it's Logan. Picks him up. Big jab, block, Knight jab. Connecting. Big forearm blocked. LA Knight. Logan. Big elbow by Knight. It's incredible back and forth action. Knight right hand turns him round. BFT. Gonna drop Paul on the top of his crown. Cover. Hooking the legs, shoulders down to win it in your main event. 2 good. Logan grabbing the bottom rope. Great veteran instinct and ring awareness. The Maverick Logan Paul. And this main event tonight as he moves out of the way that they drop. By LA Knight, springboard cross body of the middle roll by the Maverick that time. Man, what an incredible fight. Logan Paul at the corner, moonsault, and LA Knight's been rocked. Knight has been rocked. Logan Paul is in the driver's seat of this world title contendership matchup potentially. Especially if Logan is to win. It turns into a contenders match, and he got rid of that turnbuckle pad that time. Loads of pad attending to it. Logan Paul, wait a minute. Oh no! Look out, that's the brass knuckles! Logan had brass knuckles down his pants! Oh, come on! Logan and brass knuckles down his tights. Referee didn't see it. Now he's backing out. Paul the riser for the second title of the world champion. Not like this. Paul's gonna pin the champ down. He got him. Logan Paul has defeated the world champion LA Knight in the main event of Raw.
Here is your winner, Logan Paul.
Well, it was dastardly tactics, but they sure as hell worked. Logan Paul victorious in just his second main roster matchup of the season, defeating the world champion in the main event. Unbelievable action. What an incredible win for Paul. Well, I mean, even though he cheated to get the win, but nonetheless, what a matchup, what a victory, and what a show it's been here live on Raw from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us.